For more information on today's program, contact Erica Taylor Montgomery at threegirlsmedia.com. Now, back to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy, on the Bay Area's business leader, AM 1220 KDOW.
Welcome back to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy on 1220 AM KDOW. I'm your host, Erica Taylor Montgomery, and in round 2 of Punch today, we're talking about what businesses need to do to market themselves. Our guest is Andrea Bailey with Lightbox Communications. And Andrea, I'm curious about advertising for small businesses. You know, it used to be that TV, radio, and print were the ways to go, and that's all there really was when it came to advertising venues. And now we have the entire world of online media, and there are so many advertising opportunities there. I'm curious, if you think paid advertising still works for businesses, and if so, what mediums you think are most advantageous, especially if our clients are on a budget?
So, yes and no. So, yes, of course, it can still work really well for small businesses. With the type of people that I work with, often it's not the first recommendation that I make, simply because there's alternatives that are probably less expensive than paid advertisement, and also because by now we've just been so trained to not pay attention to paid advertisement. We're pretty good at spotting it and being a little skeptical about the content that we find within that box. And when small businesses do want to use advertisement, I say 2 things. One is be really narrow in targeting your audience. And that goes back to what we talked about with having a niche and being really clear about your purpose and what problems you solve. So rather than trying to get into the biggest publication that you can possibly afford, try to really find out what publications and what media your audience is really engaging with, and what puts them in the mindset of being open to the type of information and value that you have to offer. And you can also just do experiments, and especially with the new ways of advertisement, let's say pay-per-click or the Facebook ads, don't be afraid to just conduct some small experiments and say, you want to invest maybe 3 hours of your time and $50 or whatever amount doesn't hurt you too much into trying out whether this type of advertisement works for you, and then track the results and really be honest about whether or not that gave you the kind of outcome that you were looking for. And if it does, then that's awesome and you do more of it. And if it doesn't, then that's really good to know for you too, because it frees up all that brain space and creative energy for the next experiment that you want to do. Sure. So what about print advertising? Do you think that's really a dead medium now? Depends on the audience and depends on the business. So, if you have an audience that is excited about reading certain types of magazines and that really appreciates the information in it, then, that can definitely work well. Terrific. Our guest is Andrea Bailey, and she is with Lightbox Communications. And Andrea, I want to make sure once again that our listeners know how to reach you if they have more questions about what they need to do to market themselves. So what's the best way to get in touch with you? Yeah, come on over to my website, and it's lightbox-communications.com, and click on the Contact tab or sign up for my email newsletter. Terrific. So lightbox-communications.com, and you can sign up for Andrea's e-newsletter. Andrea, thank you so much for being a guest today. I really appreciate the terrific information you've shared. Yeah, thanks for having me. You're quite welcome. It's been a pleasure. So coming up next week on Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy, we are going to be talking about the intersection of sales and marketing. Where do they meet? And how do you mix the two when it comes to both sales and marketing? And should they meet anywhere? Also, we'll have an expert on discussing how to maximize your Facebook presence. And that's next Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on 1220 a.m. KDOW. I would like to say thanks to my guest producer, Kate Barton, and my studio producer, Kevin Drury. You've been listening to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy on 1220 AM KDOW.
Again, that's threegirlsmedia.com. Join us again next time for another edition of Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy on the Bay Area's business leader, AM 1220 KDOW.